Tigers head coach, Kim Mulkey. Let's take a listen to what she had to say.
Jaden Smith, KLSU Sports. Coach, it's the second straight year you guys get eliminated in the Elite Eight. Yeah. Is that terrible or is that good? Terrible.
Is it? How many Final Fours you played?
Oh, Lord.
None.
So it's probably pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Really?
Ooh.
Ocho, really?
Yeah. But listen, you got to be careful with the question and the way you word it, the delivery and what you're asking, especially after a game like that and being eliminated.
Yes.
Now, you know what they tell players? You know what they tell players after a game?
Right.
Take your time and cool down. Come to your senses before you answer any questions. She was still. Well, she just lost the game. So you have to understand why she was feeling the way she felt and why she answered.
She's not
the question
1,000-0.
Huh?
Has she not lost a game before?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Ocho, it wasn't. He didn't even get a chance to finish the question. He's asking, Coach, this is the second time you've been eliminated, and for you to snap back and says, "Well, how many Final Fours have you been to?"
I mean,
Really?
I understand. Listen, I totally understand where you're coming from. As a journalist, as an analyst, as a journalist, he has a job to do. He has questions to ask. To mention, this is the second time you've been eliminated, you have to understand where she's coming from and see it from her perspective. Well, goddamn, I just got eliminated. You let me know it's the second time I got eliminated. I know how many times I've been eliminated. Just how about word the question differently and you wouldn't get the response you got.
How would you have worded the question?
And before we get to that, I see both sides, Ocho, Shay, but at the same time, it threw me off too, the way she responded. And the guy's doing his job. That was probably a question that was given to him or texted to him through the chat. You know, he is a reporter, whatever the case is. Kim Mulkey, we all know how she is. Very snappy, and Ocho's right. She couldn't, but at the same time, she's been in these moments before. This is not the only time she's lost. So she knows that what she's saying here is going to either go viral, and she knows that she shouldn't have said this. We know how good LSU is. We know how many times you've been in the Final Four. We know how many times you've been in the Elite Eight. We know. This time they got the best out of you. And you also asked the reporter, you said, that's terrible, huh? Like you set him up for that, Kim, because you said that's terrible, huh? And the guy responded to you, yeah, it's terrible. Like, yeah. What do you want him to say? Well, no, it's good. You guys lost. What was he supposed to say? He agreed with you, and then you turned it on him. That's not cool. So let's continue.
Coach, it's an unfortunate loss. You guys have been eliminated, and then go on to what you want to say. Mentioning that she's been eliminated twice. It's totally unnecessary, and it's somewhat of a jab, and that's the way she took it, which is why I'm talking too damn fast, which is why she answered it the way she did. She was snappy, based on the way the question was answered. You change the way you ask it, and you change the delivery. I guarantee your answer is different.
I don't think so.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't believe so. Kim Mulkey has been nasty for a very long time, and she's gotten away with this type of behavior because she is a national championship winning coach.
So she has a history of doing this.
She has a history of doing this. The same thing with Bobby Knight. Bobby Knight had a history of said behavior, but because he was a national champion winning coach, you excuse said behavior. Remember, people excuse behavior if you win, if they like you. Kim Mulkey has been nasty for an extremely long period of time. If this is unacceptable for an athlete to say, well, how many times have you caught a pass in the NFL? How many times have you scored a basket in the NBA? How many times have you struck somebody out of it? That would be unacceptable. This is unacceptable for Kim Mulkey.
Right.
Because, he phrased the question. Is that, hold on, wait a minute. Coach, I know you're probably upset. This is the second time, in back-to-back years you've gotten eliminated. Considering, she went to the, did she go, hold on. No, she went to the Final Four. Didn't, who put it? Yeah. Yeah, Lady Lake, who put it out? Was it,
Let's see.
Iowa?
Iowa or South Carolina. Pretty sure it was Iowa though. Yeah, Iowa got their get back.
Plus, Ocho, she doesn't have.
Oh no, but that was last year.
She once had.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Right.
Maybe I'm
obviously.
Yeah. Okay, like because I remember because they beat them in the national.
So it was Iowa
championship, and then Iowa returned the favor. She doesn't. I mean, you lose a double machine. And Angel Reese, she was sensational. No matter what you think about her, she was a double machine. She's going to probably give you 15 and 15. And it was hard to keep Lauren Betts, 6'7", off the glass. They got a lot of extra points. They got a lot of extra second chance points. Gabriella Jaquez was great from the 3-point line. She really put the dagger through the heart. When they got the rebound, they got the kick out.
Right.
And she Betts turned around and found her, and she nailed it. That was for all intents and purposes. Yeah. That was the end of the game. Flage was sensational, especially the second half. They needed more scoring. Yeah. And they couldn't get that other than Flage. They really didn't have a whole lot. Amaro was kind of neutralized because Betts is 6'7". That's a lot of height. And so she did a great job. I think she had six or seven block shots. But I just look. I get it, Ocho. I get it. When we're upset, when when emotion is high, logic is generally low, and we say things, and probably she probably doesn't feel bad because, like I said, she's a 4-time national champion winning coach, and she's gotten away with saying things. She's gotten away with treating people nasty. But for me, I just expect more from a coach.
Right.
That's all. That's all. 17, 18, 19-year-old kids, yeah, I get it. But when you've been in this situation for an extended period of time and you expect your players to behave in a certain manner after the game, I think the coach should set the precedent, should set the example, should lead by example and set the precedent, says, you know what, hey, you're right. We got to do a better job of playing better earlier. We got to do a better job of knocking down shots, not turning the ball over.
Yes, sir.
And, hey, getting some better players. At the end of the day, it comes down to players win. I can coach them up and put them in the right spot. But, hey, that UCLA team, they play really, really good. There's a reason why they're the number 1 overall seed. There's a reason why they won the Big Ten championship. They got an All-American over there. They're a really good basketball team. So I know we're hurt and disappointed right now that we're not advancing, but we shouldn't hang our heads because we accomplished a lot this year. We'll be back. We'll be back.
Now, listen.
Perfect way right there to respond to a question like that, as you heard Shay. But the biggest thing is this, what Shannon said is, be the example because the girls are going to come up next and respond to the questions. Lead by example because LSU has a tendency in their interviews to be a little disrespectful, a little chippy, and they get it from Kim. And that's why a lot of girls, Kim is, they say Kim is black. She got a little hood in her. It's Kim. And now the girls thrive on that. And that's how they want to represent LSU. And we see it in multiple players that come out of LSU. And we see it from players in their interviews. And Kim, if that's what you guys want to, if that's what you guys want to represent, okay. But this was not okay. You are a champion. You go deep every year. And you're not supposed to be responding to the media like that. You embarrassed that guy in front of everybody. You heard everybody laughing. That's not cool. And you set him up for that question. Lead by example. So I completely get where both sides are coming from. With Ocho, Shay. Personally, you don't let your emotions take over the interview. She let her emotions take over the interview because she felt that she got jabbed at like Ocho was saying. So it is what it is. It was an interview. LSU, they did just lose. I'm sure she was frustrated. I would have been pissed off myself. But just certain things you got to be able to take control of or, hey, I can't answer an interview yet. Give me a couple minutes. Let me cool off and let me go about this the right way. I don't think it was an interviewer's fault for asking the way he did. I think he was doing his job. But, hey, tempers and emotions got the best of her. That's all I'm going to say. I expect LSU to be back there again next year. And again. They're going to get the talent. They always get the talent. Although I think they just had a big transfer, or someone just entered the transfer portal. Transfer portal, that's a whole different conversation. That is a mess right now. So, look, that's all I got. Let me know what you guys think. Was this unnecessary from Kim Mulkey? Was it nasty? Was she just playing around? Was she just throwing a jab? Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I'm out.